We got to also, figure out, and learn from him as well, because he's such a great, unbelievable talent, and, we need to be able to play with him just as much as he needs to play with us, offensively, defensively, and all facets of the ball. So every day, every game, every practice, every shoot around, every film session, we got to continue to get better and better and integrating our new parts. But he's definitely priority number one.
I think Luka needs to be the guy that controls the offense.
When Luka Dončić was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, it was supposed to be a historic pairing, a superstar duo unlike any we've ever seen. But now, with two elite playmakers sharing the floor, one burning question has emerged: who actually runs the Lakers offense? Head coach J.J. Redick wasted no time declaring that Luka should be the one leading the charge. But does that mean taking the ball out of the hands of LeBron James, one of the most ball-dominant players in NBA history? Because if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's this: LeBron doesn't just give up control. With fans and analysts divided, the debate has ignited a firestorm online. Is this the official passing of the torch? Or are we witnessing a power struggle in real time? Let's break it all down. From Twitter, or X if we're being technical, to sports forums, fans are split into two heated camps. Team Luka, they believe LeBron is holding Luka back, refusing to fully hand over. The offense, Team LeBron. They argue that LeBron is carrying Luka while he adjusts to the Lakers system and finds his rhythm. And as expected, the takes are coming in fast and furious. Some fans insist that Luka's early struggles have nothing to do with LeBron dominating the ball. They think Luka just isn't himself yet. One fan passionately defended LeBron, firing back at critics blaming him for Luka's slow start. He pointed out that Luka shot 5 for 18 with 6 turnovers, arguing that LeBron is simply keeping the team afloat while Luka works his way back to form. The numbers don't lie. Luka hasn't been in peak shape, and some believe LeBron is just easing him into the offense. Rather than taking over out of selfishness, Luka himself has admitted that the chemistry is still developing. Luka on the adjustment. We're getting better every game. The chemistry is improving. LeBron has also made it clear that Luka is the Lakers' top priority, reinforcing the idea that he's not trying to dominate. He's trying to help Luka settle. In LeBron on Luka's role. This is Luka's team. My job is to help him get comfortable and find his rhythm. So is this really a power struggle, or just two superstars figuring it out?
That's one for you. What's important as you move forward here now, reintegrating Luka starting in the next game?
It's not just the next game. It's going to be a process for us for the rest of the season, obviously, as we continue to learn, what we want to do offensively, defensively, our system, our calls, our cadence. And then we got to also, figure out, and learn from him as well, because he's such a great, unbelievable talent. And, we need to be able to play with him just as much as he needs to play with us, offensively, defensively, and all facets of the ball. So every day, every game, every practice, every shoot around, every film session, we got to continue to get better and better and integrating our new parts. But he's definitely priority number one.
To LeBron and Luka. A perfect duo or a power struggle? Team LeBron insists, no drama, no power struggle, just one superstar helping another settle in. But not everyone is buying it. Some fans argue that Luka isn't being set up for success, claiming he's been forced into more of a supporting role rather than leading the offense like he did in Dallas. They believe LeBron's ball dominance is limiting Luka's full potential. On the flip side, other fans see it differently. They point to stats showing that Luka actually has more on-ball time than LeBron this season, proving that the 4-time MVP is stepping back more than people realize. Despite adjusting to a new system, Luka is still putting up big numbers. But is he truly playing his game? Some say he's simply adapting to LeBron's style rather than the other way around. Yet there are moments of promise, flashes of chemistry between the two that hint at something special forming. So is this just growing pains, or is Luka being held back? The debate rages on.
To fit out with this team.
I mean, it's, like I said before, it's special. For him to say something like that, it just feels amazing, give him confidence. And, after that speech, it was chills. So I was just happy to be part of it.
Even Luka himself recognized LeBron's gesture of respect when he let him take the final introduction in the Lakers' starting lineup, a spot typically reserved for the team's biggest star. Luka revealed that LeBron even texted him about it beforehand, making it clear this was a deliberate sign of appreciation.
He texted me in the morning, he said, whatever you want. And I said, for him to text me that is just amazing. So shows what kind of person he is. And, he let me have my moment, so I really appreciate it.
So is LeBron really holding Luka back? Or are we just witnessing the natural growing pains of two ball-dominant superstars learning to coexist? Right now, it's bigger than just Luka or LeBron. It's about power. Who controls the tempo? Who takes charge in crunch time? Who gets the final shot? The answer isn't clear yet, but one thing is, this debate isn't fading anytime soon. LeBron James has spent his career as one of the greatest playmakers in NBA history. He dictates the pace, orchestrates the offense, and has always been the central force of every team he's played for. But with Luka Dončić now in the mix, the real question is, can LeBron truly step aside, or are we watching history repeat itself? Because let's be honest, LeBron James doesn't just share an offense. For 2 decades, he's been the one with the ball, the decision maker, the closer. Will that change now, or will Luka have to adapt to the King's court? Everything has always run through LeBron, and for good reason. He's a 4-time NBA champion and one of the most dominant forces the game has ever seen. But now, some fans are questioning whether that same dominance is holding back the Lakers' newest star. Critics argue that Luka is already being pushed into a lesser role, drawing comparisons to Kevin Love in Cleveland and Chris Bosh in Miami, too. Stars who had to sacrifice their games to fit into LeBron's system. One frustrated fan didn't hold back, claiming Luka is being turned into a glorified role player, just like Love, predicting that this formula will only lead to more losses, and the frustration doesn't stop there. Another fan called out LeBron's offensive approach, insisting he's still treating the Lakers' system as if it belongs solely to him, rather than allowing Luka to lead the way like he did in Dallas. To them, it's the same old story. LeBron, dominating possessions while his co-star adjusts. So is this just part of the process, or is Luka being forced into a role that limits his true potential? The debate isn't slowing down anytime soon. Some fans aren't holding back. They believe LeBron is limiting Luka's greatness, forcing him into an off-ball role that just doesn't fit his game. One fan even claimed we may never see the same Luka from Dallas again if LeBron keeps dominating possessions. And then there's the harshest take of them all. One fan brutally summed it up by saying that even at 40 years old, LeBron still forces elite offensive players into secondary roles, reducing them to glorified role players. But is that really the case? While the criticism is loud, some stats tell a different story. One fan broke down a recent game and found that LeBron wasn't even the primary ball handler. In fact, Luka had the ball more than anyone. According to this breakdown, LeBron has actually taken a step back, giving Luka more control than people realize. So, is LeBron truly holding Luka back, or is the narrative overblown? The debate rages on. Another fan took the argument even further, pointing out that Luka's usage rate is actually higher than LeBron's was in his prime. That's a major difference. So while it might seem like LeBron is running the show, the numbers suggest Luka is leading in overall usage, meaning LeBron may not be dominating possessions as much as people think, but here's the catch. LeBron's presence alone still changes how the Lakers play. So, what's the real issue? The real debate isn't just about who has the ball more. It's about whether Luka is truly playing his game or if he's just a high-usage piece within LeBron's system. And the bigger question, does LeBron actually elevate his teammates? This isn't just about who brings the ball up the floor. It's about whether LeBron's presence makes Luka better or if it forces him into a role that limits his true impact. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that playing alongside LeBron comes with sacrifices. The question is, will Luka thrive or just adapt? History tells us one thing: when you play with LeBron, you adjust to his system, not the other way around. Kevin Love had to sacrifice his post-game and become a spot-up shooter. Chris Bosh had to reinvent his entire style to fit alongside LeBron. So, is Luka next? Will we still see the Luka who dominated possessions and controlled the game in Dallas? Or is he about to become another star reshaped to fit into LeBron's world? At this point, it comes down to one of two things. Either LeBron fully embraces being a secondary playmaker, or Luka will have to adapt to an off-ball role like never before. The Lakers don't have much time to figure it out, but the biggest question still lingers. Is LeBron truly willing to step aside, or is it still the King's way or no way? For years, we've heard it. LeBron James makes everyone around him better. It's one of the most repeated narratives in basketball. Brought up every time a LeBron-led team wins. But is it actually true? Or is it just a media-driven myth that ignores the bigger picture? The reality of sharing the floor with LeBron? It doesn't always mean you'll thrive, it means you'll have to adjust. And now, the big question is, whether Luka Dončić is the next superstar forced to sacrifice his game just to fit in. Let's be clear, LeBron James is a generational talent. His vision, playmaking, and ability to control every aspect of the game are unmatched. But there's a cost to playing next to him. You don't play your game, you play LeBron's game. For role players who thrive on open threes and easy cuts, that's perfect. LeBron will find you, set you up, and make you look even better. But if you're a star who needs the ball in your hands to be at your best, that's where the problem starts. Because playing with LeBron doesn't mean he adjusts to you. It means you adjust to him. And Luka? He's never been a player who molds his game around someone else. This isn't just speculation. It's history. It happened before. Again and again. In Miami, Dwyane Wade, an NBA champion and Finals MVP, had to change his game to fit alongside LeBron. The pattern is clear. Now the question is, will Luka break it? Or will he be the next star forced to adapt to the King's court? Dwyane Wade, one of the best guards of his generation, had to step back from being the primary option to accommodate LeBron. Chris Bosh, once a dominant post player, was turned into a stretch big who barely saw the ball. Their roles shrank, while LeBron's influence grew. In Cleveland, Kevin Love, who once dominated with 26 points and 13 rebounds per game in Minnesota, was reduced to a spot-up shooter. His post touches disappeared, his stats dropped, and he was never the same player. Even Kyrie Irving, who found a way to thrive, eventually wanted out, because as long as LeBron was there, he could never truly take over. The pattern continued. In Los Angeles, where young stars struggled to develop alongside LeBron, the moment they left, they flourished in new roles, proving they were more than just background pieces in LeBron's system. Time and time again, players have stepped out of LeBron's shadow and looked better for it, and now Luka Dončić is next in line. But Luka isn't just another player. He's one of the most dominant offensive forces of his generation. He's not a catch-and-shoot specialist. He's not a big man who can be turned into a floor spacer. Luka is a superstar who thrives with the ball in his hands, controlling the game on his terms. So the question remains, will Luka be forced to fit into LeBron's system like so many before him, or will he be the one to finally break the cycle? Luka. Doncic isn't used to playing off the ball. He's the kind of player who runs the show. But in LA, he's sharing the floor with a superstar who has controlled every offense he's ever been in. So far, the transition hasn't been smooth. Luka's numbers are down, his touches have decreased, and his role isn't as dominant as it was in Dallas. The question now, will he adjust, or will he struggle like others before him? LeBron has a history of making role players thrive, turning shooters into key weapons and leading teams to wins. But when it comes to star players, the pattern is different. Many have had to scale back their game to fit alongside him. Now, Luka faces the same challenge. Will he be the next star to adapt to LeBron's system, or can he finally be the one to change the narrative? When he arrived in LA, fans expected an elite duo that would dominate offensively. Instead, they've seen a partnership that still has growing pains. The real test? Whether Luka can thrive his way, or if he'll be forced to play LeBron's way. Luka Dončić's start with the Lakers has been rocky. His chemistry with LeBron is still developing, and some late-game decisions have raised questions. Is this just an adjustment phase, or is Luka struggling to find his rhythm? He's used to running the offense, but his numbers have dipped. In the loss to the Hornets, he shot 5 for 18 with 6 turnovers. Some say it was just an off night, while others wonder if LeBron's presence is affecting his game. Instead of leading like in Dallas, Luka is adapting to a new system. While he's still getting opportunities, the concern is whether this role is holding him back. Even Luka admitted he's still shaking off rust, leaving fans unsure of what's next.
Obviously, it's going to take a little time. Today, a lot of rustiness for my part. So Saturday gave me like 4 or 5 turnovers. That can't happen. So it's got to, play the basketball the right way.
But fans weren't buying it. Many pointed out that Luka has been one of the most clutch players in the league. So why was he just standing in the corner when the game was on the line? Even Luka's own coach, JJ Redick, seemed to hint that the decision had more to do with LeBron's rhythm than anything else. LeBron, for his part, stood by the choice. backing the decision without hesitation.
Excited that you have two guys that can be the passer and be the guy who gets the pass. But felt like, LeBron, particularly in the fourth, just, found a nice rhythm and felt really comfortable with that. And we got two good looks.
But if Luka were still in Dallas, we all know who would have taken that shot. So is he really getting the same opportunities in LA? Or is he being forced into a different role? LeBron defended Luka's struggles, insisting it's just part of the adjustment process. But for fans, the question remains: how long will this adjustment take, and at what cost to Luka's game?
He had it going, so obviously we're going to do that. I think it go both ways, so one time's going to me and one time me, so I think it depends how the games go.
There's some truth to LeBron's point. Luka has missed time, the Lakers system is new to him, and chemistry doesn't develop overnight. But we've seen this story before. Kevin Love was figuring it out. Chris Bosh was adjusting to his role. So is Luka truly just adjusting, or is this a sign of things to come? To be fair, Luka isn't the only one struggling. The Lakers' offense has been rough. Against Charlotte, they attempted a season-high 51 threes, but only made 15, just 29.4% from deep. Austin Reeves was ejected in the third quarter after a rough shooting night, 3 for 9. Rui Hachimura put up 17 points but missed 2 crucial free throws with 37 seconds left. Meanwhile, Luka and LeBron combined for 10 turnovers. Even JJ Redick admitted the offense was a disaster.